floor.
Wait.
Sing.
This thing, it's gonna follow you. Somebody gave it to me, and I passed it to you.
Welcome back to Planet Phobia, your friendly neighborhood horror fan. After compiling the top 100 horror movies of the 2010s, we finally made it to the 10th and final episode in this series. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now it's time for the absolute best horror movies of the decade. Watch until the end to see if your favorite made the cut.
What? That's what I mean!
Taking the number one spot for best horror movie release of 2019 is The Lighthouse, starring Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. This movie is a psychological horror masterpiece. This movie plays off themes of superstition and paranoia. Between the mermaid, drunken stupors, and fever dreams, this movie will send you on a one-way flight that tragically tailspins into insanity. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we have made it to the best horror movie of 2010. That's right, it's Black Swan.
I had the craziest dream last night about a girl who was turned into a swan, but her prince falls for the wrong girl and she kills herself.
Directed by Darren Aronofsky, who also directed Requiem for a Dream. Although not horror, I would definitely recommend this title. He has a certain gritty realism to his work and brings a unique atmosphere to all his projects. So in this one, we watch a ballet troupe vie for the coveted role of the Black Swan, one of the most famous ballet productions. Starring Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis, this one ramps up the psychological horror. I went years without watching this one, and just recently I finally watched it. The hype is real. This is an amazing movie. Coming at it from a horror fan's perspective, I didn't know if I would click with this one, but I most certainly did. It's beautiful, and how often can you say that about a horror flick? It is a slow burn, but does pick up speed, sprinkling breadcrumbs of the horror that is about to come. This one isn't about gore or monsters, but more about the mental break someone can go through when pushed to the edge. The lead character seeing herself in other people, the scene where her mother's drawings all start to switch and vibrate on the wall, led me to believe, yeah, this could be considered horror. But the scene where she transforms into the Black Swan, even just for a moment, was the clincher for me. This scene that leads to what can only be described as a perfect ending. So to answer the question, yes, Black Swan is a horror movie, and not only that, it is the best horror movie of 2010. Find out for yourself on Amazon Prime.
Sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sing.
Mine is a terrible thing to waste.
Get Out. This one takes the top spot for many reasons. No, it couldn't touch It with what It brought at the box office, but there's more to great horror movies than just the bottom dollar. This is the film debut of Jordan Peele, who wrote and directed this twisted tale. Not to put him in the same class as Stephen King, but to me, it almost feels like a passing of the torch. Yes, the works of King will always be on the Mount Rushmore of horror, but with 2017's Get Out, the door was open for a fresh, modern take on horror. And Jordan Peele was the man for the job. Time will tell how prolific he will become, but already he has thrilled audiences with his work. Get Out is groundbreaking and honestly creepy as hell. Like most of his work, this one brings race to the forefront, yet in a way that doesn't diminish the viewing experience but enhances it. The sunken place, the twisted surgery, the crazy family and their clients. Everything about this movie keeps you entertained, creative and scary. What more can you ask for? 2017 had some nice entries in the world of horror, and Get Out is the standout from all of them.
170 feet beneath this point is a hidden chamber
that might contain a critical missing piece of our history.
How are we supposed to get down there?
The catacombs.
As above, so below. This is a great film, period. That's my point of view as a horror fan. Whether you like it or not, my opinion cannot be swayed. This one has a lot to break down, and maybe if I made a standalone video about As Above, So Below, I can give it the proper analysis, but for today, we'll just hit the high notes. As Above, So Below references the Emerald Tablet, an ancient script that highly inspired alchemy, a medieval forerunner of chemistry based on the process of transforming matter, trying to convert base metal into gold or a universal elixir. Okay, hang with me here, because if that isn't cool enough, it also uses themes and takes influence from Dante's Divine Comedy, delving into the concept of the 9 circles of hell. Okay, there's no way they can add another layer of cool to this movie, is there? Oh yeah, it only takes place in the catacombs found in underground Paris. My god, if that doesn't pique your interest, then our interests are just too opposite. Because for me, this movie has just about everything, and we haven't even talked about the actual movie itself. This movie follows Firecracker Scarlet, a young scholar in search of the Philosopher's Stone. This artifact can change base metals into precious ones and even grant eternal life. The actual movie is sick and runs on high-octane fuel, hardly slowing down to allow the viewer to catch their breath. Most of this movie takes place in the catacombs and uses found footage as its medium. Can Scarlet find the Philosopher's Stone? Can she unravel the mysteries found in the necropolis known as the catacombs? Can she save her own sanity and make it out of the maze of death and mystery? Find out for yourself, because I highly recommend the best horror movie of 2014, As Above, So Below, to everyone.
Lambs have passed through the gate. They are come to the killing floor.
Let's get this party started!
The #1 horror movie of 2012 goes to the one and only The Cabin in the Woods, starring the Norse god himself. I just rewatched this one, and yeah, it still holds up as one of the best horror movies of the 21st century, hands down. With a story within a story unfolding, never having a dull moment, while bringing the laughs with the scares, makes this a horror lover's dream come true. The concept for this one is ingenious. An underground network of office workers watch on as our group of friends make their way to a secluded cabin in the woods. Unraveling the truth behind this is insane, as they rig the system so that the group of friends will meet a horrible end. Why, you may ask? Well, to placate the ancient gods so they don't destroy the world, that's why. A sacrifice must be made, and our group fits the bill perfectly. The whore, the scholar, the fool, the athlete, and last but not least, the virgin. As the story unfolds, we understand what is happening, and we watch to see if their fate can be altered, or is it already too late? The monsters in this one come in all varieties, and it's truly a trip to see them all. By the time Dana and Marty make it down the elevator shaft, this movie ramps up the violence and gore, leading to an amazing ending. This whole movie is great, but the ending truly sets this movie apart from its peers. Do yourself a favor and check this one out on Amazon Prime.
It's not the house that's haunted. It's your son.
Without a doubt, grabbing the top spot for 2011 horror movies goes the highly popular Insidious. 2011 brought us the original, which would go on to be one of the biggest horror franchises of the decade. Directed by James Swan and starring Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne, this movie reimagined what horror movies would look like moving forward. When a married couple watch their young son slip into a catatonic state and become a vessel for demonic entities, they must wage war against them to save their son's soul. Calling in backup, they reach out to renowned demonologist Elise Rainier and her paranormal investigators Specs and Tucker. From astral projection to spiritual purgatory, from seances to memory suppression, and an unholy battle for the ages, Insidious stands alone as the best horror movie from 2011 and definitely a contender for the best of the 2010s. Find this one for free on Tubi.
Let's get this party started!
Number 1, Train to Busan. Listen, I know I'm a stand for zombie movies, but Train to Busan is an action-packed story of survival that just happens to have badass zombies as the antagonists. Though many good undead films have been released in the past years, I can't think of one that can hold a candle to this film. We follow a cast of characters from a father and daughter trying to work on their relationship to a baseball team and cheerleaders, all on their way from Seoul to Busan on a high-speed rail system. Once the infection is released, we watch as the fight for survival takes place in the cramped corners of the train, leading to some awesome scenes of claustrophobic danger. This one has great acting, superb zombie design, a thought-out plot, and a heartbreaking ending. Train to Busan is one of my favorite zombie movies and is the heavyweight champion for horror movies of 2016.
Thing. It's gonna follow you. Somebody gave it to me, and I passed it to you.
It Follows. Max, Prime, and Hulu. This film may be the closest contender we have for a modern horror classic, and I wouldn't disagree with that sentiment. This is one of those movies that brings the scares but also makes you think. What is it and why does it follow? Plenty of people theorize that it's a metaphor for STDs, but the creator says it's more about being in a nightmare. And when you're in a nightmare, nothing makes sense. You just know you need to survive. However, writer and director David Robert Mitchell goes on to say that love and sex are very powerful themes because as humans, we know we are mortal, and these things at least, although temporarily, keep death at bay. I'm sure most of you have seen this, but for anybody watching this video that hasn't, do yourself a favor and check it out ASAP. From the fast pace to the incredible action, the fear and isolation that is felt, and the Terminator zombie-like entities that stop at nothing to get to their target. It Follows is a superb horror movie and takes the top spot for 2015 horror. The Conjuring. This smash hit brought in $319 million at the box office, starring Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson as the Warrens. We watch as a family moves into a new home in a secluded area. Just trying to raise a large family and make ends meet, strange activity starts to plague the family consisting of Mother Carolyn, played by Lily Taylor, Father Roger, played by Ron Livingston, and their 5 daughters. Taking place in 1971 Rhode Island, this one wins when it comes to the creep factor, as we learn of a satanic witch named Bathsheba, who sacrificed her 1-week-old baby and hung herself from a tree on the property. I'd just like to take a moment to acknowledge Bathsheba is one hell of a name for a satanic witch, and something about it just sticks with me. As the movie progresses, this evil spirit does battle with Carolyn, trying to infect her and make her do awful things. The struggle the mother endures is heart-wrenching, and just goes to show the caliber of actress that Lily Taylor is. If by some strange circumstance you haven't seen The Conjuring yet, please do yourself a favor and watch it today on Amazon Prime and most other streaming services, because it takes the crown for Best Horror Movie of 2013. Number 1, Hereditary. Here it is, the big dog of 2018, the world heavyweight champion, the cream of the crop, if you will. Lord, this one lives rent-free in my head. The scene where the mother slowly saws off her own head while floating in midair is one of the most horrific scenes I've witnessed in recent memories. And I love it. From the creepy backstory with the family dynamics, to the theme of occultism, which is always heavy in the air, this one slaps hard. Charlie, with her fascination with death, sets the tone, and you get that feeling you just can't shake that something is off. The telephone pole scene, the way the brother just goes to bed instead of calling the authorities, or at the very least his parents, the way he pays for it tenfold, how the mother completely loses touch with reality and herself, culminating in a treehouse full of naked people. Prophecy and destiny come true. Damn, people, this is the best horror movie of 2018. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments below. So there it was. After hours of research and editing, that was my breakdown of the top 100 horror movies of the 2010s. Though many titles can be up for debate, I feel the top 10 are the unquestionable best the 2010s had to offer. What do you think? Please share your opinions with me, Planet Phobia. And as always, I wish you good luck on your horror journey.